Hi y'all, welcome to your Mindful Movement Yoga Home Edition. I'm Melissa Pearson. I am a registered dietitian and registered yoga teacher with Student Nutrition Services, and we partner up with Collegiate Recovery Community to bring you some mindful movement yoga today. So if you have just joined, feel free to sign up for PIN attendance. In the chat, I just put in the link to PIN if you wanted to get attendance. And then if you wanted to, as you can see, I set up my at-home space with a chair, a blanket, and a pillow. You don't necessarily need those, but sometimes it's nice to have props in case we want them. And then just so you know, I do have a furry friend with me today, Lily. She may or may not be joining me, so just know that she's there. So we'll go ahead and get started coming onto your space. And go ahead and lower yourself down to the floor. We'll just start by getting into the breath. So feel free, if you do have a chair, sometimes it's nice to place your legs on top of the chair into what's called an astronaut's pose. And then we'll just take a moment to get into the breath. Taking some nice deep inhales through the nose. Open your mouth, let it fall. Again, inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, let it fall. Last time, inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, let it fall. And then let your breath fall at its natural pace, allowing any of the sounds come into your meditation, your mindfulness. Thank you, Lily. Thank you. I'm getting grounded into the space. And then if there's an intention you want to bring into class today, something that you wanted to work out on your mat, maybe just the idea of gratitude for this space, for this time, for your body, for your animals. And then we'll seal our intentions with a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, let it fall. Go ahead and blink your eyes open and slowly begin to bring your legs off the chair if they're on the chair. And by the way, she only does this when I'm doing yoga. All day she sleeps. So I apologize for that. This is just where we're at today. The joys of home practice. But again, allowing to be flexible and allowing the things that are surrounding us into our practice, because as we know, there are distractions. So we'll go ahead and come into a nice tabletop position. So shoulders on top of wrists parallel to the top of the mat. Knees about hips distance apart. And then as you inhale, we'll reach the right hand up to the sky. As you exhale, bring your hand in between your wrist and your knee, but don't quite slide down. We're just reaching through right now. Inhale, bring your hand up to the sky. Exhale, reach through and hover. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, reach through and hover. Inhale, reach your hand up to the sky. As you exhale this time, reach through and then allow your shoulder to drop all the way to the ground. Release your temple to the ground. Your left hand can stay where it's at, or you can also stretch it up above your head. If you want a little bit more of a heart opener, you can take your hand and wrap it behind you. See if you can release the jaw. And then place your hand back underneath your shoulder. Inhale, right hand to the sky. Exhale, come back onto your tabletop. We'll flow that onto the left side. Inhale, left hand up to the sky. Exhale, reach through between your wrist and your knee. Hover. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, reach through and hover. Inhale, reach up with gratitude. Exhale, reach through. Last time, inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, reach through. Release your shoulder to the ground. Release your temple to the earth. See if you can even out the weight between each knee. And then again, as you breathe, release your jaw. Maybe walk your fingertips up towards above your head. Or perhaps reach around and take a little bit of a half bind. Coming back to those nice deep inhales. And nice full exhales. And if your hand is in a different position, go ahead and place it underneath your shoulder. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale, come down to your tabletop position. Go ahead and tuck your toes underneath you. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. As you press into your hands, maybe pedal out your feet. You can shake your head yes, shake your head no. And then begin to press the floor away. And then find a little bit of stillness. Go ahead and bend your knees and walk your hands to your feet, coming into what's called ragdoll pose. So our knees are nice and bent. Head is very heavy as we grab opposite elbows and sway side to side. Shifting our weight from our right foot to our left. Letting the head descend towards the earth. And then maybe putting a little bit more weight onto the toes to shift ourselves out of our hamstrings or to shift the pressure from out of our hamstrings. Swaying side to side. And then finding some stillness. Release your arms to the ground. Keep your knees nice and bent. Roll up one vertebrae at a time, stacking your spinal cords. Head comes last. And then when you get there, take an inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, let it fall. Go ahead and find yourself in the center of your space. And And then we'll just find some movement here, just rocking back and forth, letting the arms kind of do, not really controlling them, but just kind of letting them go side to side. Maybe allowing the head to sway if that feels okay. And the knees to bend. Kind of just like not worrying about where our body's going, just like kind of allowing it to go wherever. And then as we do this, we'll do what's called the Ha breath or the HA breath. It's really good to stimulate the vagus nerve, which helps stimulate the parasympathetic rest and digest. So we'll take an inhale through the nose. As you exhale, audible exhale with the HA. And the louder you can be, the more you can stimulate your vagus nerve. It seems silly, but that means you're doing it right. Inhale through the nose. Audible exhale. Again, inhale through the nose. Audible exhale. Finding some gratitude for this moment. Last time, inhale through the nose. Audible exhale. And then slowly finding our way to stillness. All right, so the next thing we'll do is a half sun salutation. I'll show you this from the side in case y'all want to utilize a chair. As you can see, I have a dining room chair. It can be the side of a couch, a desk chair, as long as it doesn't have wheels. So with our feet about, hips distance apart, making sure that they're underneath our hips, or maybe even a little bit wider if that feels good and that feels very sturdy for you, as long as our toes are facing front. We'll inhale to mountain pose. Reach your hands up towards the sky. Our palms face towards each other. Pinkies face the front of the room. Take an inhale, find some length all the way through the spine. As you exhale, lift your heart, cactus your arms, and send your hips forward for a little bit of a baby back bend. If you're finding pain in your lower back, come out of it a little bit and let the cactus arms open up your heart. You should still get a nice stretch here. Inhale back to mountain pose. Hands come up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. We'll bring our hands towards heart center. Soften our knees. Hinge at the hips. So we either come to our chair or possibly to the ground, just depending on kind of what your body is feeling. The chair is sometimes kind of nice if we have a sensitive lower back today. And then we'll inhale, halfway lift, either hands to chair, lengthening through the spine, or fingers to shins or thighs, right? As long as our tailbone is pointing towards, right? We don't want a rounded back. We want everything nice and lengthened. So send your tailbone towards the back wall. Hug the shoulder blades together. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. And then as we inhale, we'll come back up to the mountain pose. We'll move breath to movement, hands to the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms, baby back bend, open up your heart. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, soften your knees, hinge at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. Inhale, rise, hands to the sky, soft knees. One more time around. Exhale, cactus your arms, open up your heart space. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, soften your knees, hinge at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful, y'all. Coming into our awkward series. Feet about hips distance apart. Shoulders stacked on top of hips, so we don't want to be like leaning forward or leaning back, so everything's nice and tall. We'll take an inhale as we bring our arms shoulder length. And exhale, sink into our chair. So weights in the heels here. Shift back just a hair and maybe sink a little bit lower as we breathe. And know that it's okay to feel a little discomfort, but if it's pain, we want to come out of it a little bit, maybe even putting our hands at heart center. So you decide what works best for you today. What other variation? Sometimes the hands at the heart help with the lower back, or maybe if there's some shoulder tightness. And we'll inhale, we'll rise, we'll come up onto our toes, reaching out, inhale, exhale, awkward two. So keeping onto our toes, we lower down into our chair. A little bit more of a challenge here. If this is a bit much for you today, you can drop your heels and go into your awkward chair number one. And wibbly wobblies are okay. It's just training our muscles and letting us be okay when awkward situations arise, right? Knowing that this too shall pass. Inhale and rise. Release your heels down to the ground as we exhale. Bring your knees into touch, slight pigeon toe, inhale. Exhale, awkward three. And again, we can bring our hands into our heart center. Option to lift the heels slightly as we hug the knees together and lower. Maybe just a little bit more. Inhale and rise. Exhale, give it a nice little shake. Nice job, y'all. Awkward series could, well, it's called awkward for a reason. So it can bring up some emotions or just be uncomfortable, but like I said, it's okay. Discomfort is okay. Pain, we don't want pain, so make sure that you make adjustments if there is pain. So warrior two. Starting with our feet nice and wide. Turn your, let me mirror you. Turn your right toes towards the side wall. Bend your knee. Left toes face straight in front of you. And then we want to make sure that everything's stacked. So we're not leaning forward, not shifting back. Everything's nice and stacked. And then gaze over your middle finger. So nice, strong warriors here. As we inhale, we'll reverse this. Reach your right hand up and back. Slide your left hand down your thigh, or maybe tuck it behind you. Take an inhale as we stretch out the side body. Exhale, extended side angle. Elbow to thigh. Reach the left hand all the way up and over. So there's a nice long line of energy from fingertips to the heel of the foot. Inhale, flying warrior. You'll press yourself all the way up. Hands come into high prayer. Toes face the front of the room. Take an inhale, find some length. Exhale, warrior two, left side. Turn your left toes towards the side. Open up your arms and sink into your warrior two. So knee placement, it's okay if we're here. What we want to avoid is this. So if your knee is over your toes, can you bring it back or maybe slide your front leg forward or your back leg back so our knee is either behind our ankle or in line with our ankle. Inhale, reverse, flip your front palm up and back as we stretch our right hand down our leg or maybe come into a half bind. Breathe into the side body, inhale. Exhale, extended side angle, elbow to thigh, or maybe hand to chair as we reach our right arm up and over. Gaze either up or down, whatever feels good on your neck. Inhale, flying warrior, coming all the way up. High prayer, toes face the front of the room. We'll flow that. We'll take it nice and slow. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two to the right. Inhale, reverse, flip your front palm, reach it up and back. Exhale, extended side angle, elbow to thigh. Inhale, flying warrior, high prayer, pivot your toes. Exhale, warrior two to the left, pivot left toes, open up your arms. Inhale, reverse, flip your front palm, reach it up and back. Exhale, extended side angle, elbow to thigh. Inhale, flying warrior, press yourself up, reach to the sky. Exhale, warrior two to the right. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, flying warrior. Exhale, warrior two to the left. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, flying warrior. Hold here. Exhale, release your hands through the heart center and down by the side. Nice job, y'all. We'll toe heel our feet in. And then take just a little bit of a body scan. So feel free to place a hand somewhere on your body, maybe at heart center or maybe in the abdomen. Feel the breath. Take a moment to notice any shifts or changes from the beginning of class to now. We are about halfway through. How are you feeling? How's your body feeling? And then coming back to that intention of gratitude. And just thank your body for what it's done for you this far in class. Even for just showing up. Even if you just showed up and were just breathing through the class, know that that's enough. Let's take that cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, let it fall. Go ahead and blink your eyes open. I'll turn to face towards my chair. We'll come through a pyramid series. So stepping our right foot a little bit forward, our left foot a little bit back. We are not walking on a tightrope, we're walking on railroad tracks. So separating our feet so we have a little bit more stability. We want our heels grounded, toes are facing in front of you. You can definitely utilize your chair, so feel free to do that. So we'll take a nice inhale, find some length and lift through the spine. And as you exhale, come into your forward fold, root down into your front toe, and then either find the chair hands with your elbows, or maybe with your forehead. You can place your hands on the ground, or if you have some books, you can place your hands on some books. I kind of like elbows for this. See if you can send your right hip back and root down into your front toe mound. Soften your front knee, because we don't want the pressure behind the knee. We kind of want this a little bit more to be into the hamstring and the glute. So if you're feeling a little bit of knee pressure, you can always soften your knee. And if this isn't serving you, I would offer you a wide leg forward fold, which is just separated feet coming into a forward fold. You're going to get the same effect. Sometimes pyramid might be a little too deep. So we'll take 3 more breaths no matter where you're at. See if you can soften something. Let's take 1 more breath in together. Let it go. Slowly come back up to standing, so whether that's pressing yourself up or coming into a halfway lift and pressing down into the ground to lift yourself up. We'll bring our hands by the side, lift the pinkies, shift your weight into your front leg. If you have the space in your shoulder blades and you would like an extra little kind of stretch, you can clasp your arms behind you, roll your shoulders down and back, and lift your one fist up. Pinkies to the sky is just fine. So just know that those are your 2 options. Begin to shift your weight into your front leg, maybe lifting the heel, getting light on the toe, and lifting and leaning forward for your warrior 3, any degree. Again, you have the chair. You can utilize the chair for a grounded warrior, or again, the warrior 3. Totally up to you. We'll take 3 breaths no matter where you're at. Inhale. Exhale, rise. And then shake it out. And those balancing poses are kind of nice because you have to be in the present moment, right, to balance. You have to be aware of your surroundings, be in the breath, be in the moment. That's why people love things like those balancing poses or headstands. Those are kind of fun. So again, the left side, I'll show you on the left without the chair, but know that you have the chair as an option as well. So putting the left foot forward, right foot behind you, heels are grounded, toes are facing front. And when you feel like you have an equal weight distribution with a flat spine, you'll slowly come down into a fold wherever you're comfortable at, rooting down into the front toe, keeping your front knee nice and soft. Releasing your head. And again, the option, if this is too deep, is the wide leg forward fold. So that is an option for you. Listen to what your body needs. And then again, see if we can soften somewhere. We'll take 3 more breaths. you're in your chair, go ahead and slowly climb yourself up. If you are in your forward fold, root down into your feet to rise tall. And then hands down by your side, lift the pinkies high. Option to interlace the fingers with the opposite thumb in front. Roll your shoulders down and back. Begin to shift your weight onto your front foot. Toes get nice and light. And this is enough. Know that this is enough right here. Right? We're still challenging our balance. But maybe beginning to lift into our warrior 3. As we continue to extend through the crown of the head. And we'll take 3 breaths no matter where you're at. Can you challenge yourself to breathe through it? Inhale and rise. And then shake it out. Nice, y'all. Let's find some movement again. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms. Open up your heart space. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise high, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands down by your side. All right, so tree pose. We have our chair or wall. Find a nice neutral stance. So maybe just feel around, feel the earth with your feet, maybe just like grip the floor with your toes. Sway back and forth until you can find your center of gravity. And then when you find it, see if you can find a gazing point, something that's not moving. And then take your right toes, I'm going to mirror you, and place them at your ankle. Hands can be at your hips or at heart center, totally up to you. Also a chair. There it is. You can bring your foot at your calf or possibly above the knee. We don't want to be on the knee, so it's either thigh, calf, ankle. Rolling the shoulders down and back. See if we can find length through the spine. Option to grow your tree. Continue to breathe. Option to close your eyes just for a moment. Notice how the withdrawal of sensory shifts the balance, and know that it's okay. And our balance is different every day. Take an inhale, bring your knee back through center. Exhale, release, shake it out. We'll do the left-hand side. So again, finding that neutral stance, maybe gripping the floor with our toes. And then once we find our center of gravity, find your gazing point. Shift your weight onto your standing leg, and then bring your left foot into your ankle, maybe your calf, or above the knee, just depending on where you're feeling today. And like I said, our balance is different every single day. So one day you might just be killing it and nailing it and just like, on the balancing cord. And then some days you might just be kind of like a newborn baby deer, kind of walking all over the place, and that's okay. Know that it's okay to feel different every day, and just notice what that is and what our body is telling us. Could need more sleep, more hydration. Could just be an off day. Inhale, bring your knee back through center. Exhale, shake everything out. All right, y'all. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, cactus your arms, open up your heart. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, little change here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, squat and curl. So we'll plant our hands to the ground, lift our heels, and send our sit bones to our heels. You can hover, maybe your fingertips. Ooh. Maybe wrapping your arms around your knees, or maybe we need to stay planted and grounded, right? Anytime we touch our hands to the earth, it can ground us. Take a nice deep breath in. And as gently as possible, see if you can release your knees to the ground, keeping our toes tucked. If you have your blanket and you would like a little more cushion, feel free to spread that out. So our toes are tucked underneath us, our knees are grounded, and we come into what's called fire toes. So the more that we align our shoulders over our hips, the more sensation we get. The more that we lean forward and possibly have our hands to the ground, the less sensation. So just decide what's best for you. We'll only be here for a few breaths. Maybe draw some circles with your nose. And then reverse those circles. We hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit forward, untuck your toes, give them a little pat. And then stretch your feet. 1 leg at a time. And if you want your padding to stay, feel free to adjust it as long as it's working for you. We'll come back into our tabletop position. Let's take our right foot, tuck your toes underneath you, slide it out behind you, pivot your right toes down, pivot your left toes behind you, reach your right hand to the sky for your supported side plank. So we want a nice long line of energy from our right foot to the crown of our head, and we're reaching nice and tall. Option to come into another balanced pose by hovering the leg. Option to bend the knee, reach around to the foot, press the foot into the hand if you want a little bit of a heart opener. We hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Everybody needs back in tabletop position. We'll flow through some cat-cow. So again, shoulders on top of wrists, fingertips facing forward. As you inhale, hug your shoulder blades together. Drop your belly button to the earth. Look up. As you exhale, tuck your chest, dome your back, press the floor away. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to neutral. Flip your palms so the tops of your hands are resting with your fingertips facing towards each other, and then gently sway back and forth, stretching out the wrists. Sometimes these tabletop positions can be a little hard on the wrist. So we're just giving it a little break before we do the other side. Come back into tabletop. Inhale, tuck your left toes underneath you. Exhale, extend long. Pivot your left toes down. Pivot your right toes behind you. Reach your left hand towards the sky for your supported side plank, either gazing at the sky or gazing at the ground, maybe straight front. Again, whatever it is that your body is calling to. An option for a little bit of a challenge by hovering our leg. Option to bend the knee or reach behind you, grabbing onto the foot, pressing the foot into the hand to open up our heart space. Inhale. Exhale, we meet back down in tabletop position. And then sit onto your heels. Shift your weight to the side. If you have your chair, feel free to bring it close to you. Send your right leg, a pillow will work too. Send your right leg to the side. Keep your left toes tucked so it's almost like a standing tree type of situation. So if you have a pillow, you can place it, hey, you need to calm down. Thank you. You can place your pillow underneath you and just kind of hug the pillow and come into a forward fold. If you have the chair, you can stack one hand on top of the other and release your forehead down. So whatever it is that you feel supported. And then see if you can take a scan of the body and notice, are you clenching anywhere? And if you are, can you actively release? Can you send some breath there? And coming back to that idea of gratitude, can you just be thankful for this moment and this time? Inhale and rise. Go ahead and take your right foot, cross it underneath the left, or crisscross applesauce. We'll take the right hand, reach it behind you. Take the left hand, place it on the outside of the right thigh. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, twist towards the right. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, counter twist just for a breath. Exhale, unwind. We'll do that on the left side. So we'll stretch our left leg out to the side. Keep our right foot tucked in. You can take your pillow, again, hug the pillow and just come into a nice released forward fold. You can take the chair, place one hand on top of the other and come into a forward fold. If you don't have any props, that's not a problem. So just find whatever works best for you in terms of a forward fold. Whether that's, with the hands on the ground, with the elbows on the ground. And then again, the goal here is to find some release. So see if you can notice if you're clenching anywhere, maybe clenching in the hamstrings or clenching in the hips. Can you breathe deeper and release? A few more breaths here. Inhale and rise. Go ahead and take your left leg, cross it underneath your right, crisscross applesauce. Take your left hand, reach it behind you. Right hand places to the outside of the thigh. Inhale, find some length. Exhale, twist to the left. Maybe gaze over the left shoulder. With every inhale, we lengthen. Every exhale, see if you can wring it out just a little more. Even if you don't actually move, just that intention is enough. Inhale. Exhale, counter twist. Inhale. Exhale, unwind. Go ahead and lower yourself all the way to the ground with our feet flat on the floor. So knees face the sky. Oops. Let's come into knees face the sky, feet flat on the floor. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, figure four. Go ahead and place one hand onto the right thigh and utilize that to help open up the hip. We can stay here, or we could wrap our hands underneath our hamstring and bring our hamstring towards our chest. Breathing into the space as we allow our tailbone to descend towards the earth. Inhale. Exhale, release the right foot to the ground. And then bring your arms out into a T or out into cactus arms. Drop the knees over to the left for supine twist. If this feels a little funky, you can always uncross your knees and stack them into like a traditional supine twist. Sometimes that feels a little less awkward. Let your spine just release into the earth. Inhale. Exhale, unwind. Come into the left side. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, figure four. So taking the left hand, placing it onto the left thigh and help opening up the hip. Or maybe bringing our hands underneath our hamstring and bringing our knee towards our chest. Again, heavy tailbones, let it descend towards the earth. The jaw be nice and soft. Send some air into those creaky spaces. Inhale. Exhale, release your foot to the ground. Cactus or tee off your arms, and then drop your knees over to the right. And again, if this doesn't feel quite comfortable, uncross your legs and come into your traditional supine twist. Either way, can we release the gripping? Can we release the breath? And then, although our mind wants to wander, can we bring it back? Inhale. Exhale, unwind. Go ahead and find your resting pose. You might have heard it be called Shavasana. You can always stretch your legs out and your hands down by your side. If you have your chair, astronaut's pose is another good one to bring the reverse kind of the blood flow, and it's nice on the hips. So in these last few moments, we will come into what's called box breathing, which is a really good breath to do when we're trying to slow down. So it's an inhale for the count of 4, a hold for the count of 4, an exhale for the count of 4, and a hold for the count of 4. So 4 counts: inhale, hold, exhale, hold. I'll guide you through the first couple, and then we will do the breath on our own, and then come into close out the class together. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold on your own, 3, 4. Breath to return to its regular pace. And begin to blink the eyes open. Slowly come down from your chair, maybe bringing one leg down at a time, rolling to the side. And then slowly pressing yourself up finding a comfortable seat. And we will end our practice with 3 breaths as a collected community. So hands can be on your lap, one hand stacked on top of the other. We'll take a moment of gratitude for this time together, for this chance to slow down, to breathe. Showing gratitude for this virtual space that we have and the community that we have. And then we'll seal our practice with those 3 breaths. Inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, let it fall. Again, inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, let it fall. Last time, inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, let it fall. Go ahead and blink your eyes open. Thank you so much, y'all, for allowing me to be a part of your afternoon or evening. Follow us on Instagram, on GSU Healthy Habits. I will repost this class on the YouTube website. I hope everyone has an amazing evening. Thank you very much.